Recently, I've been looking into the crypto called QUBIC quite a lot, and if you've watched this channel even a little bit lately, you'll know that. And I've been attempting to discover how well this crypto can perform in the future. One of the best ways to measure a cryptocurrency's potential is to compare it to other similar competing cryptocurrencies and see how it measures up. QUBIC falls into a bracket of new wave crypto projects like KAS and TAO that have recently emerged and are moving the crypto space forward. So in an attempt to better understand QUBIC's potential, I have been comparing it with top layer 1 smart contract platforms like Solana, Ethereum and Cardano, which I would consider its primary competitors. So in later videos, I will compare QUBIC with Solana and Cardano, but in this video, I'm going to focus on Ethereum and see how QUBIC measures up against Ethereum. So let's see which crypto comes out on top. Ethereum was one of the biggest developments ever to happen in blockchain technology. It was developed by a young visionary called Vitalik Buterin. It took the idea laid out by Bitcoin and brought it to another level. Ethereum introduced smart contracts and the ability to add decentralized applications to the blockchain. Now, Ethereum was originally a proof-of-work blockchain just like Bitcoin, but it experienced slow speeds and high costs, so it moved to a proof-of-stake model. Now, many competitors have since popped into the crypto space, but Ethereum is still the leading platform in smart contract space. Now, QUBIC, on the other hand, is a new project that was just launched last year. It was created by Sergey Ivancheglo, who was also one of the creators of NXT and IOTA. And Ivancheglo has been talking about creating QUBIC since 2013 and has finally managed to get it up and running. QUBIC isn't actually a blockchain, but it is instead what's called a quorum. And we'll discuss what a quorum is in an upcoming video. QUBIC is a layer 0 smart contract platform that also does some pretty cool things beyond the smart contract space. It has gained a huge following on social media and it could be one of the breakout projects of this year. So let's look into this and see which project is actually better, in my opinion, obviously. So to begin with, smart contracts. So can these platforms run smart contracts? And yeah, let's firstly note that both Ethereum and QUBIC are both smart contract enabled and they both have oracles on their platform. So just complete draw on this in this regard. Next, we're looking at speed. So Ethereum was notoriously slow when it was first introduced, but since then it has moved to a proof-of-stake model and it is expected to be able to handle potentially 100,000 transactions per second soon. While QUBIC runs straight out of RAM, so bypasses an operating system to give it the highest possible speed and performance. In testing, QUBIC has been able to handle over 40 million transactions per second, making it the best performing crypto platform by far. Now, of course, we have to see these numbers in actual practice on the mainnet, but it seems that QUBIC wins here and is a much faster platform at the moment. So then when we look at the development, and from the research that I've done, there seems to be currently over 4,500 decentralized apps built on the Ethereum ledger. Like QUBIC, on the other hand, has only one decentralized app at this point. So we're really early, that means, with this network. This means that Ethereum's network is currently far more advanced and has been far more stress tested than QUBIC. So only time will tell if QUBIC can match this growth from Ethereum, but Ethereum's got to be the winner in terms of development. So then when we look at fees, so the Ethereum network has been doing a lot of work to bring their transaction costs or gas fees, as they're known, down. And still, as you will discover if you ever try to use the Ethereum network, it's really frustrating because it's quite slow still and it's incredibly expensive. Fees can range from $2 all the way up into the hundreds just for a single transaction. And pretty incredibly though, on the other hand, QUBIC is actually free to transact on. Yeah, you heard that right. QUBIC is feeless, meaning there are no transaction fees on the network. So this is just a clear win for QUBIC. And this is something that Ethereum really needs to resolve, and they have been really slow to fix this issue, which raises question marks on if they ever actually will fix the issue. But even if they do, they're just trying to bring their costs down or their fees down. I don't think they're ever going to match QUBIC's just free to use and free fee or no transaction fees. So next up, when we look at decentralization, to begin with, I don't want to get into a whole debate here about what decentralization looks like or what platforms are truly decentralized, because there are many schools of thought around these areas, and they're all quite valid, or there's a lot of valid points from all areas. I'm just going to go with things as they traditionally are thought of and as the market and regulators will treat them traditionally. So the traditional thought system out there is that a platform like Bitcoin is the most decentralized because there are so many miners, which in turn create a lot of nodes. So it is very difficult for one party to take control of the Bitcoin network or just to turn it off. Ethereum used to be a proof-of-work platform just like Bitcoin, which meant it was as decentralized as Bitcoin. Proof-of-work should, in theory, also make a platform more secure because the transactions on the network have been confirmed by the miners' work. But, Ethereum actually had issues, as I'm sure you know, with the proof-of-work model, because even though they were very secure and very decentralized, the network was slow and super costly, even slower and more costly than it is right now. So for that reason, Ethereum sacrificed some of their security and decentralization for more scalability by switching to a proof-of-stake platform. Now, initially, US regulators noted that Ethereum was classed as a decentralized platform when it was a proof-of-work network. But since it switched to a proof-of-stake platform, it has drawn negative interest from US regulators because they no longer class it as a completely decentralized platform. QUBIC, on the other hand, is as decentralized as Bitcoin. It was fair launched, meaning no QUBIC was given to anyone when the project was created. The only way to get QUBIC is by mining it. QUBIC is one of the first platforms to go beyond proof of work though, and it actually runs what is known as a useful proof of work model, where it doesn't just use miner power to verify transactions and secure the network as well as decentralizing it. QUBIC instead puts that power to work, which is what we'll go and look at next. But QUBIC, in terms of decentralization, is a clear winner here. So then when we just look at the bigger picture of these two platforms, so this is an area where QUBIC really steps out of the shadow of Ethereum. Ethereum's big picture is a great one, by the way, but its big picture is to develop a platform that can run all the transactions, decentralized apps, and smart contracts for the world. QUBIC shares that vision, but it also takes it one step further. QUBIC uses the power of its miners to train artificial intelligence, and then it combines those artificial intelligence tasks together form artificial neural networks. The goal of artificial neural networks is to mimic the growth and development of the human brain, with the eventual target of creating the first truly intelligent and independent artificial intelligence, which is generally referred to as an AGI or an artificial general intelligence. So in terms of the bigger picture of what these projects are trying to achieve, QUBIC comes out as a clear winner. It's got Ethereum's vision, but then on top of that, it's got a way bigger vision that goes far beyond what Ethereum's vision is. So in conclusion, Ethereum's creator Vitalik Buterin once stated that there is a trilemma in the world of cryptocurrency. This trilemma was the trade-off between scalability, security, and decentralization. Now, Buterin stated that a blockchain could only ever excel in two areas of the trilemma at the detriment of the other area. So, for example, when Ethereum launched, it was a proof-of-work model, which made it very secure and decentralized. But the trade-off was that Ethereum was very slow and unscalable. Ethereum then switched to a proof-of-stake model to make it more scalable, but in turn, it has become less secure and less decentralized. So that was the trade-off. It traded off scalability for security and decentralization. Now, QUBIC, really quite incredibly, has actually managed to solve the trilemma through its quorum technology. It uses a proof-of-work model, so it ticks the decentralization and security boxes, but it also has that incredibly scalability of 40 million transactions per second. And then it puts all that mining energy towards training artificial intelligence and building artificial neural networks. So as you can see, it's just an incredible project on paper. And that's the one issue though with QUBIC. It's still all on paper with QUBIC. It still hasn't gone through the rigorous development and stress testing that Ethereum has gone through. Ethereum is still a great project that is seeking to resolve the issues on its network And although it has many issues, it has a great reputation and has many developed projects working on it. So it is far ahead of any other blockchain and far ahead of QUBIC in terms of development. QUBIC has to take the win on paper, but there's a long way to go before it matches Ethereum in terms of real world results. As an investment though, I think QUBIC in its infancy is just a clear winner. So let's look at it this way. Ethereum's currently has a market cap, at the time I'm recording this video, it fluctuates, but of around $392 billion, while QUBIC has a market cap of around 625 million. So Ethereum's market cap is actually 627 times higher than QUBIC's. And then if you take in Ethereum's highest market cap, it was actually 926 times higher than QUBIC's current market cap. So let that sink in, and that should make you realize that since these projects are quite similar and QUBIC is quite a bit more advanced in a lot of respects, 100x is a realistic possibility, not a definite, but a possibility. So if you'd like to learn more about how QUBIC's artificial intelligence training is building the first artificial general intelligence, then check out the video on screen, and I'll see you on the outside.